untying. And so the universe then has no choice. First attribute of the secret place. The secret place is a place of revelation. It makes you free because it awakens you and makes you consciously aware that everything that you thought was holding you is an illusion. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome. Good to see all of you. Good evening. I see you in the comments already. See you. Sister Laura, Sister Lady T, good to see you. Bernadette, Yvette, good evening. It's so glad to see all of you. Welcome to Momentum. Man, it feels like a long time. It feels like forever since I've been on and having a conversation with all of you. I know it hasn't been that long, but it feels like it. I missed you guys. I hope you missed me. And I am excited to be back and to be sharing with you tonight. Welcome to Momentum. You've just tuned into the most powerful place on the planet. For this is the place where you can come and receive insight, revelation, understanding, and teaching that will positively impact your life. And we are here to empower you on your journey towards spiritual wholeness. We are Emerge. We're not just a ministry, we're a movement. This is an entire movement, a surge of energy that is moving throughout the country and around the world, reaching those who are hungering and thirsting for a deeper connection with their own divinity, with the God that lives within them, so that they're able to fashion, create, and curate the best possible life that they can be the highest and best version of themselves. They can experience the abundant life. And that's what we are here to help you to do. That's what we're here that's our service mission, our goal, our vision for this movement. That's the whole reason behind starting this Emerge movement. And we are so happy for each and every one of you that tune in regularly and support this ministry, both with your prayers, your thoughts, your finances, and with your presence on these live broadcasts. Go ahead and take a moment at the top of the broadcast here and just share, if you will. Share it on your page right now and encourage others to tune in and to watch along with us. And while you're sharing, if you should happen to remember or think of any person that you know would benefit from tuning in to this conversation, go ahead and tag them right now in the comments. You can tag as many people as you like, because we want to get as many people involved in the conversation as we possibly can. And so we are looking forward to having them come and share. Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank God, Yvette. I see that. She's like, I find myself getting on this channel every morning to see if I might be getting, you might be getting on. And man, I'm telling you, I was tempted all week long to come on earlier, but I kept trying to hold back because I didn't want to oversaturate and bombard you guys, especially after a week long a week of conversations that we had all last week long. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and try and give you a break. And, now don't want you to get tired of me, but I never get tired of sharing information and having these kind of critical conversations with all of you. So it's exciting for me to be able to come on and to share with you. Go ahead again, tag as many people as you possibly can, send it out to as many people as you can, share it on your page, if you will. If every single person shares it on their page, then we can double the numbers of people that are tuning in right now, potentially. So go ahead and do that for me right now, if you will. And it doesn't cost you anything to share. It's just a 30 seconds of your time and an act of kindness. I don't know if you've been experiencing this energy, this presence that is taking place, the movement that is taking place in the planet all around the earth. as we approach the lunar eclipse that is coming, that'll be coming in a couple of weeks, a complete and total lunar eclipse. And we'll talk more about that as we get closer to that time and what that signifies and what it's going to mean for you and the kind of energy shift and release that will come into the earth and how you can take advantage of it in order to be to make it serve you and work for you. We'll talk more about that. I've got some instruction for you where that's concerned, some things that you can practically do that will help you to be able to take advantage of that time period. But you should already be feeling the movement of the planet and the winds and the atmosphere and how things are shifting and how it affects you on a soul level, your feelings and emotions, you're emoting at a greater level of sensitivity and feeling that connectivity and closeness with others. And in other cases, some of you feeling a little restless, like you need to get out and you need to expand and you need to experience. And I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely normal, and it's probably going to intensify even more as we get closer to the event of the lunar eclipse, that you're going to feel that intensity and desire to expand and to connect and to broaden your horizon and find yourself recalling and remembering people that you were once connected with, and for whatever reason you kind of lost contact. Nothing malicious, no anger, no bitterness, just kind of lost track of each other as they come to your mind, and you feel that that unction to go ahead and reach out and reconnect with them and refortify those relationships and strengthen those bonds, as well as be open to new relationships and new encounter and new people that will come into your life. Do not forget that God not only provides and feeds you with the eagles, but he also feeds you with ravens. Amen. So it's important that you understand that as we approach this time. It's so good to see Antoinette on the live tonight. Amen. She's been having some challenges, but thank God she's been able to power her way through it, and she's back with us tonight, as well as all of the rest of you. I see you tuning in, Bernadette, as well as thank you, Yvette. I tell you, you are an encouragement. All of you are so much of an encouragement. I really appreciate that. I see all of you tuning in, and I know that we have been following the track of discussing rediscovering your identity. And we have talked about the essence of spirit. We talked about the essence of divinity. And we are in the midst of discussing the 4 laws that govern divinity. And we have branched off into other areas that are anchored in each one of those laws. And so we should be getting into the 4th one, but I just did not feel led to jump into the 4th one tonight. Maybe we'll jump there on Sunday night, because I really today, as I was focusing and concentrating in preparation to come on and have this conversation with you tonight, sitting in my little makeshift studio that I have here, I started to read over a particular text that I've read 100 million times, probably preached it I don't know how many times, and it just kind of leaped off the page at me, and I felt a prophetic unction just arise within me and something to share and to speak with you about it. And I almost jumped on early. It was so intense, but I said, I'm going to wait out the time until it's time for us to come together at 7 p.m. So that I can release it to you. But I was sitting and I was thinking about all of you, and you should know that every single one of you that tune in on the regular, those of you who are partners with the Emerge movement, those of you who contact me either on my inbox or by text message and other things like that, that I don't take those things lightly. I really value your trust, your respect, your honor. I value the connection and the relationship, even though it is a virtual relationship. I value those relationships and the intimacy that we share around the Word of God, around the truth, around these spiritual principles. And so I consistently hold you in my thoughts and in my time of meditation and in my prayer time. I'm calling out your names and talking to the Lord for you, with you, about you, and constantly praying. I read all of your text and inboxes, as well as comments that you'll make on different posts. And I know I'm very consciously aware of many of your goals and desires and dreams, and images or imaginations that you have within your heart, the desires that you want to see come to pass. And I don't take those things lightly, but I make sure that I communicate those things to God in the Spirit, lay them on the altar, my spiritual altar, and begin to commune and agree with you, combining my spirit, my anointing, my energy along with yours to see a rapid, accelerated manifestation of the things that you desire, especially as you consistently apply the principles that are necessary in order to manifest those things in your life. And so while I was sitting in my in the studio here, and I was thinking about many of you and praying about, what to say. And then I said, reading over this particular text that is very familiar to me, and I'm sure familiar to you. It occurred to me that I began to ask myself rhetorically, how many of you have are in a position where you have been in one place, in most cases, steeped in a particular religious ideology or religious doctrine, whether it was Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, or some other type of ism, but you were steeped in that particular thing. And even inside of those religions, you got all of these other little breakdowns and sects within them, like, in Christianity, of course, you've got Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. And then, in Islam, you've got the Shiite and the Sunni, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. And all of the different religions have all of these different ones. And yet now you have graduated and gravitated toward a more spiritual connection with God, with the divinity that you possess within you, with the kingdom of God that is within you, and become very consciously aware of the reality of God in you, through you, and as you, while at the same time noticing that a lot of what you had been told, what you had been taught to believe, what had been handed to you, no longer served you. Doesn't make the people who gave it to you bad. It doesn't make anything like that. We're not talking about the particular religion being bad, or the church being bad, or the leader being bad, or anything else like that. We're not talking about any of that. We're not trying to malign anyone's motive or intent. It's just that you have graduated and gravitated and now elevated into a level of understanding and awakening, a consciousness that now you are connected to, that when you look back at where you were and what you used to accept as truth, you recognize that it no longer serves you, that it no longer feeds your soul, that it doesn't advance you in your purpose, that it does not push you further toward your destiny. And in some cases, you even chuckle, at least I know I do, at how in the world could I have ever believed that? I can't believe that I used to actually say that, believe that, act this this way. Now that I'm looking back with hindsight and having a better vision, a better understanding of who I am, of what I am, what my purpose is, my destiny is, and the power, the limitless, infinite power that I possess. You look back at that and you go like, wow, look how far I have come. Look how much I have awakened. Your consciousness is awakened. Your mindset has shifted and changed. Yet you have gone through a period where you are under construction, reconstruction, and recalibration of your thought process, and that therefore affecting your perception, informing your perspective, shifting your conversation, becoming more impeccable with your words, because you understand that by your words you're justified, by your words you are condemned, that you are determining your life experience and expression in the earth by how you formulate your words and your thoughts. And so you are very impeccable, very careful, and very meticulous about using your words correctly, so you release the right seeds of causation into the atmosphere so that you can create the life and lived experience that you desire. You've become more aware, conscious, and deliberate and intentional about the actions that you take, the choices that you make, the directions that you go. It's very intentional about your life, about your thoughts, about your behavior, about your feelings, about your connections, becoming very intentional and deliberate in the things that you do, because now you understand that when I live my life with focus, I can create the kind of experience that I desire the most, that I am not a victim of circumstances, that nothing is happening to me, but everything is happening for me, that I am not subjugated to this world, but I walk in complete dominion and authority, and I subdue this world so that it now aligns itself with me as I walk and live in alignment and harmony with the Spirit of God that is within me, which is the source of my supply, that the universe, the earth, the elements, the particles, and every principle that exists within the earth now aligns itself with me, and that my outer world of form and experience reflects back to me my inner world of thought and feeling. And finally, the cycle in your life is broken, and you are establishing new patterns, new practices, new principle values within your life, because you have come to a greater level of understanding that sometimes, and I will admit, sometimes will put you in a precarious situation or circumstance with especially those who feel like they have known you. And I'm not dismissing that, because they have known you, but they don't know you. Did you catch that? Let me say that again. There are people in your life, in your family that you are connected to, that have known you, and yet they are still trying to define you by old definitions that no longer apply to you. They are still trying to discern and interpret your movements based upon an old script that no longer is the story of your life. And so they have known you, but they do not know you. And so as a result, when you begin to speak and to think and to act and to perform in the way that is in alignment with what you have now come to understand, you get the stink eye. You get them looking at you cockeyed and crazy and wondering what's wrong with you. And have you lost your mind? Or have you been affected by a cult? Are you in a cult? Or have you become, are you one of those crazies? Are you touched? I even had a friend or an associate of mine that I've known for quite some time was like, you sound like you've gone off the deep end, become one of the, you ain't been drinking that Carlton Pearson water, and now you sounding like him. And I responded by saying, no, it's not the Pearson water that I've been drinking. I've been drinking from the fountain of God, of the fountain of truth, a fountain of revelation and insight and understanding, a fountain that allows me to see deeper, go further, expand, and look beyond the borders of the particular religious ideology that I ascribed to for the vast majority of my life, and began to understand that God is bigger than my religion, bigger than the country, bigger than my culture, bigger than my environment, and bigger even than my trauma and my limited experiences that I have had within this three-dimensional world. That God is so much bigger, and it is expanding and expressing itself through me, as me, in this earth realm, allowing itself to experience itself as human, and allowing me as a divine being to have the same experience simultaneously in sync with it, and we now as one experiencing this abundance that is absolutely possible for every human being, regardless of your race, your culture, your background, your experience, or anything else that humans would use to try and confine and define you. But I'm here to tell you that you are not confined to the old script. You are not confined to the old idea. You are not confined to who you were last year, last month. Heck, you're not confined to who you were last minute and last second. You are constantly omni-active in a constant state of evolution and growth and development, curating, creating in the moment, the next moment that you will step into. And I hope that through this awakening, through this experience, through your gaining this knowledge and gaining this deeper insight and intimacy and connection with the God that is within you, and learning how to now harness the power of the kingdom of God that is within you in conjunction with the laws that govern the universe, so that you are able to experience and have the abundant life that you desire. My hope is that you are starting to recognize just how powerful a being you are, that you are not a poor, pitiful pauper or pilgrim passing through trying to make heaven your home. I hope that you are understanding that you are not broken, and you are not some person stuck in the mire, the muck and the mire and the miry clay, that you are not a sinner saved by grace, that you are not a bad child before a good father, an empty pitcher before a full fountain, that you are not broken, and that you are not lost, that you are not meandering in the dark, but that you understand that you are a powerful, unique, divine expression of God, the image and likeness of God, and you start living as the Son of God, as the expression of God, as the isness of God that you are, and stop settling. Listen to what I'm saying. I want you to catch this. I want you to stop settling and start really going after what it is that you desire and that you want. This is what I was praying for each of you as I was sitting here in the studio and reading over a particular text, and in between reading, taking a break to pray and meditate and call certain of you of your names out. I want you to understand that you don't have to settle for anything. You don't have to settle for anything. Let me say it again. You do not have to settle for anything that no longer serves you, that doesn't elevate you, that doesn't affirm you, that does not admonish you, that does not uplift you, that does not evolve you. You do not have to settle. That if you are not getting the effect that you want in your life because you are a powerful divine expression of God, you can then trace down the effect to its original cause, and you can transmute that energy, change the cause, the seed of causation, sow the seed that you desire so that you can get the effect in your life that you want to have. You do not have to settle. You don't have to settle for the job that you're on, for the place that you are living, for the relationships that you have. You don't have to settle in your mental space, your spirituality, in your physical well-being. You don't have to settle for anything. You have exactly what you allow, desire, and create. Let me say again that you have exactly what you allow, desire, and create. And if you don't like what you have, then create something else. Reconstruct it, reconfigure it, change it around, and make it into what it is that you desire. You have the power, you have the control, you have the authority, you have the capacity, and you have the ability. You just have to simply shift your mind and decide, I am going to wake up out of this slumber, out of this unconscious state, because that's what it is. It is a very easy thing when you have become accustomed to a particular thing, an outcome, a behavior, an experience in your life, that even though the experience is unpleasant, even though it doesn't feel good, even though it doesn't serve you, because it is familiar, because it is predictable, then you will become comfortable in that space and just decide that this is my lot in life. This is just how it's going to be. This is just what I have to learn to live with. And you fall over into survival mode, and you've learned the mechanics and the mechanisms and the workings and the intricacies of how this particular thing works. You're very familiar with it. It's become predictive. You know what's going to happen next and what's going to follow. You've learned how to manipulate and move around and navigate through it. And so now you have gotten to the place where you have navigated through it, with it, carrying it, and decided that the pain that it causes me, the discomfort that it causes me, the disquietusedness that it causes me, the effect that it has on my psyche, on my self-worth, on my value of my own self, on my self-esteem, on my character, that it's worth it, it's okay. I'll offer that up as the sacrifice, because I don't want to rock the boat, and I don't want to shake up the norm, and I don't want to step into the unknown, and I don't want to deal with what is the possible and what may not or may not work. And so I'll just stay here. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are listening to me tonight, I'm your alarm clock. I am your alarm clock tonight. I am the sounding siren, the clarion call, the trumpet in Zion that is sounding and resounding and resonating in your ear, down into the core of your soul, and telling you that it's high time that you awake from your slumber and your sleep, from that place of complacency and comfortableness, from that survival mode, and recognize that you can have whatever you desire, that you can live a better, higher, more productive and fulfilling life, that it's yours for the taking. And yes, you might lose some things and lose some people, and that's okay, because it's really not a loss, because when you understand the value that you bring to the table, you're not losing them, they're losing you. It's losing you. That place is losing you, because you are the prize, the commodity. You are the value, the jewel, the thing, that precious pearl that is hidden within the earth, that now needs to be uncovered and brought forth. You are the rose that's blooming in the alley amidst the garbage and the spewing of mess. You are the one that have chosen to just be great, be grand, be phenomenal, even in the midst of a hellish situation and hellish surroundings. You are the one that has created heaven for yourself in the middle of hell, that there is heaven walking through hell, transversing and navigating through hell, and bringing heaven into hell, changing hell into heaven because of your presence there. You do not have to settle. You don't have to just take it. You don't have to just go along to get along. You don't have to just be quiet and be passive and be a pansy and a pushover and a pauper. No, you can change your existence and experience within this three-dimensional world. It's time for you to stop sleeping on yourself, sleeping on your ability, sleeping on your talent, sleeping on your skill, lessening your ability, darkening and dimming your shine, because you think that's the only way that you're going to fit in. You have to hide your personality, hide your feelings, and hide your thoughts, and hide what's going on with you and who you really are, because you're trying to fit into a mold that was never designed to fit you in the first place. You are divine original. You don't fit the mold. You don't follow the norm. You don't follow the pattern that everybody else does. It's time for you to wake up and stop allowing yourself to sleep on who you are, your greatness, your ability, your talent, your skill, your insight, your beauty, your brilliance. You are phenomenal. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That you are phenomenal. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. That there is nothing outside of the parameter of your ability. There is nothing outside of the scope of your ability of right and authority. That you are magnificent, but you have got to approach the place that you have laid your dream, laid your hope, laid your vision. You've got to approach the grave site and call it by name. You've got to go there and resurrect it. You are the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in you shall not die, but have everlasting life. If you are the one who has the power to walk to the place where you buried it, where have you laid your Lazarus? Where have you laid your dream? Where have you laid your hopes? Where have you laid your desire? Where have you laid your confidence? Where have you laid your self-esteem? Where have you put it? Where did you allow it to lay there and die? But I'm here to remind you that what the Christ has said, it's not dead, it's just unconscious. It's not dead, it's just sleeping. It's not dead, it's just laying hidden inside of a tomb behind a rock. But you, with the power of the Christ within, can walk to the graveyard and speak to it and call it back by name. Call back your confidence. confidence. Call back your ability. Call back your self-esteem. Call back your hope. Call back your dream. Call back your desire. Call back your liberty. Call back your freedom. Call it back from the grave. Call it by name until it comes hopping out of the grave. Call it by name until it breaks out of the grave clothes. Call it by name until you can feel it resonating within you again, and it shifts your mind and shifts your sight and shifts your perception. Call it by name and stop sleeping on your greatness. You're too great to be mediocre. You're too great. You're too great. You're too powerful. You're too anointed. You have too much ability and potential within you to settle for mediocrity, to settle for being stuck in poverty, living from paycheck to paycheck and moment to moment, and waiting for a stimulus and waiting for an income tax return and waiting for a largesse to come from a government agency, or waiting for a man or a woman to come running in like a knight in shining armor, like Prince Charming or Sleeping Beauty. You can be your own Prince Charming. You'll be your own Sleeping Beauty. Awake up from the sleep and begin to make and create what you desire. Don't wait for anybody else to bring anything to the table. You be the table that is spread and prepared before you in the presence of those who have doubted your ability, doubted your worth, doubted your value, doubted, oh God, do you hear what I'm saying? They've not seen how important you are, your essence, what you bring to their life, how you affect them in a positive manner. They don't even understand that you're the water in the desert. Oh my God, have mercy. And so when the water runs dry, when the brook dries up, it's when the thirst for what you have will return. But you've got to understand that nobody else values you. Value yourself. And I know. It may have been dead or sleeping and unconscious for so long, you have to go searching to try and find it. You're not even sure where you laid it. You're not even sure where the gravesite is. You're not even sure the last time you saw it, the last time you felt good about yourself. You felt smart. You felt intelligent. You felt brilliant. You felt creative. You felt talented. You can't even remember the last time you felt joy and happiness and peace, that you weren't aggravated and frustrated and agitated, that you didn't walk around on pins and needles and feeling like you have to be terrified and afraid, that the last time that you felt loved and accepted. You can't even remember, and you're looking, where is the gravesite? Where is it? But I'm here to tell you that it's calling out to you. It's signaling you. Every part of the universe is amplifying the signal so that it rings in your ear, down in your soul. There is a signal and a sound. Lord have mercy. There is an alert, and I'm a part of that alert tonight. I'm a part of that clarion call to remind you that you are great, that you are beautiful, that you are brilliant, that you are an overcomer, that you are phenomenal, that you are splendiferous, that there is nobody and nothing that is quite like you, that you are an original, that you are unique, that you are powerful, and that nobody is greater and could be a better you than you could ever be, and that even without anybody putting their hands on you, you're already anointed. If a preacher, bishop, apostle, pastor, teacher, evangelist never ever confirm or affirm you, you're already anointed. anointed. You're already called. You're already confirmed. You've already been affirmed by God itself. You know of how wonderful you are. Come together again. I see you with a broken heart and a contrite spirit. I see you with a broken heart, broken disposition, broken self-esteem, because being battered and beaten down by those who profess to love you, but at the same time they're constantly attacking your self-esteem, attacking your value, God, ignoring your worth. But I'm here to remind you, you find your worth in the divinity that lives within you. Start by loving the love that you are and walking and moving in that love, and you'll begin to curate, create, and attract to you that which you most desire. Do you understand what I'm saying? I posted earlier today because I felt the leading of the Spirit to talk about the power and force of love, especially when I recognized that the moon was in Sagittarius and the type of energy that was being released and circulating within the earth. But one of the things that you need to understand about love is that love is not a feeling. Love is a spirit. Love is a spirit, because love is God and God is a spirit. So if God is a spirit, then love is a spirit. But wait a minute, because I'm the offspring of God and so are you, which means that if God is love and love is God and God is a spirit and love is a spirit and I am the offspring, the image, the likeness, the expression of God in the earth, then I am love and love is me. I'm not trying to love, I am love. I'm not looking for love, I am love. I'm not waiting for love, I am love. I'm not begging for someone to love me, I am love. I need to express and experience that love from within, allow it to bubble and burst and to flood, saturate, and inundate every fiber of my being, because that love is a spirit, and spirit is an energy or a force of power, a magnet. And so when I begin to now allow that what I am, which is love, to flood every part of my being, I begin to emit and emote emotions and send out that vibrational force of love. And guess what it does? It begins to draw others to you that recognize your value and will love you like you love you. Are not hearing me? And not only is it so powerful and so intense and so supernatural that it draws others into your sphere of influence that will love you like you love you, but it will even cause those who have not learned how to love you or have chosen not to love you to begin to love you. You ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Because the scripture gives us a principle. It gives us a pattern. Because in 1 John it says, we love God because he first loved us. Did you hear what I said? That God wasn't sitting around waiting for us to love it, but God, who is love, emitted the energy and the force and the power of love from within itself, and it was so intense and powerful and magnetic that even when we didn't even hold God in our consciousness, we weren't thinking about God, we were rejective of God, that love now drew us and transformed us and brought us to our present state where now we desire the one who first desired us. God have mercy. We love the one that first loved us. We are longing and thirsting after the one who initially reached out toward us. Are you hearing me? And so that same transformative power, that same magnetic force lives inside of you as you allow it to permeate, saturate, and inundate your being, and then begin to emit and emote from you. Then even those who have chosen or ignored your greatness, your lovability, who have looked the other way, who have chosen to put themselves in a position of opposition, will find themselves being drawn and first start asking, well, you know, I don't even like them, but I gotta say, they are talented. They used to really get on my nerves, but I'm starting to kind of see that, you know what? They all right with me, let me go talk to them. And before you know it, now they loving on you and don't even know how they got drawn in. Love and kindness have I drawn them. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying to me, but it starts from within. You gotta love you enough. You gotta allow you, the real you, the love you, the spirit, the force, the energy of love that you are now, unleash it and unlock it so that it goes and flows into every part of your being. God. You've got to now consciously, deliberately, and intentionally decide to set aside all of your hurts, your scars, your pains, your fears, your ambiguity, your inhibitions concerning and being vulnerable and being open, and open your heart and open yourself and put yourself out there so that you remove the chains and break down the gates and break down the walls so that the flood of your essence, which is love, can come pouring out. I hear you already. Oh, Apostle, wait a minute. What if they hurt me? What if they disappoint me? What if they... Remember that love is an independent, self-contained, self-sustaining force and energy. It doesn't need to be received. It doesn't need to be reciprocated. In other words, you don't have to love me for me to love you. You don't even have to receive my love. I just gotta keep giving it. I just gotta keep pouring it out. And love covers. Y'all didn't catch what I just said. I said love covers. That is, love absorbs a multitude of faults. It can absorb all of your misgivings and misbehaviors and your adversarial mindset and behaviors. It can absorb that and keep on impressing and impounding, because eventually it's going to break through. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Whatever is done of love, you can't be used or taken advantage of, because love is not looking for anything in return. Love has no expectation of the lovee. The lover has no expectation of the lovee. The lover is now saying, I choose to love you, not because, but despite. Have mercy. I love you because I do. I love you for my choice. It's a deliberate and an intentional decision that I have made to love you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So if you never reciprocated, if you try and take advantage, that's fine. Do that. That's you releasing seeds of causation into the universe that you have to deal with. But my motive is going to always be from the position of loving, because I'm trying to unlock myself, yay, so I can be the greatest version of myself. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? And am I seeing right? It can't be that late already. It is. Oh. Are you here? Are y'all hearing me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I'm telling you that it's time for you to awaken. This is your great awakening. This is your moment of consciousness. This is your moment of awareness. This is where you go back to wherever you laid whatever you left in the graveyard and dig it up and resurrect it. Call it by its name until it comes forth and is now expressed and manifested in you, through you, as you, serving the purpose of your life and giving you the fulfillment that not only you desire, but that you deserve. Can I do, oh, good gracious. I know my time is about up, but I got to touch that right there. Let me say again, it is not only coming to serve the thing that you desire, but also what you deserve. Did you hear what I say? You deserve. You deserve all the good. You deserve all the greatness, all the abundance, all the prosperity, all the love, all the joy that comes into your life. Don't you let no preacher tell you that you don't deserve it, that you're a raggedy, filthy wretch undone. No, you are not. You deserve every good thing. Every good and perfect gift comes from God. God withholds nothing from itself because God cannot deny itself. And you are God manifested in three-dimensional form, God in the flesh. So you deserve every good thing that comes into your life. No good thing will it withhold from you. You deserve it. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have abundance. You deserve to have prosperity. You deserve to be healthy. You deserve to laugh. You deserve to love. You deserve to rest, to relax, to feel good. You deserve to be wherever you want to be, live however you choose to live. You deserve it. Everything your heart desires, everything that you have set out as a particular goal and achievement, you absolutely positively deserve it. You're not anybody's beggar. You're not around here supplicating and pleading and Lord, please, if you will, Lord, if you don't mind, God, you ain't got to do none of that, because God wills and God don't mind, and God wants everything for you that you want for you. Whatever your desires is, he desires it for you as well. Cast your cares. That's not just, oh my goodness, your troubles, your trials, your situations and circumstances, but cares. He says, cast the things that you care about on him, because he cares for the things that you care about. Whatever you care about, God cares about. And so if you care about your finances, he cares about it. You care about your health, he cares about. Are you hearing what I'm saying? God cares about your health. God cares about your money. God cares about your family. God cares about your heart. God cares about your feelings. God, do you hear what I'm saying? God cares about whatever it is that you care about, and you absolutely positively deserve every good thing that happens. You deserve it, and you should wake up every morning expecting the best, expecting greatness. Wake up every single morning. This is the day that we have made. I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. My expectation is of God. My expectation is for manifesting this and that. My day is good and filled with prosperity and possibility and productivity. Every encounter serves me. Every encounter blesses me, elevates me, evolves me, teaches me. Every encounter is designed with my name on it, specifically picked out and co-created with me and God in my pre-incarnate state to meet me at this moment, at the opportune time, at the due season of my life, for me to walk into this transitional moment that will move me from glory to glory, from one level and dimension to another, from one level of consciousness to a higher, from one vibration to a higher, from one anointing to another. Are you understanding what I'm saying? This is what you need to speak and affirm over your life every single moment, every single day. You deserve it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your great awakening. Don't just awaken in your knowledge, but be awakened in every part of your life. Every part. Knowledge is good, it's important, but you want to be awakened across the board in every part of your life to fully acknowledge, expect, and accept exactly who you are and what you desire, and then go forth creating it in every single moment. You are an omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, and omniactive divine spirit, consciously experiencing and expressing itself as a human. Man, explore, experiment, and enjoy every single moment. Release all of the old antiquated rules. They don't apply. They don't apply. Well, Apostle, how will I know what I should and shouldn't do? You know from your intuition within you. You have a divine guide and instinct, a knowing inside of you of what serves you and what does not serve you, what's for you and what's not for you. You know already. You don't need for somebody to stand over you with a whip, with a condemnation. If you do this, you going to hell and you going to make God mad and all that other kind of silliness and nonsense. When you have the divine presence of God within you, the Spirit of God leading and guiding you into all truth. That's your guide. That's your compass. That's your knower. They're sitting on the throne of your consciousness, accusing and excusing and saying acceptable, not acceptable. This serves us. This doesn't. This is going to be good. This is not going to be good for us. And all of that comes down to you as the individual, because just because it's not good for you doesn't mean that it may not be good for the next person. But your concern is not the next person. Your concern is what's good for you, what works for you. What's going to serve you? What's going to elevate you? What's going to challenge you, stretch you, build you, and cause you to begin to elevate and to evolve? I'm not here to try and judge what it does for anyone else. If that's what serves them, that's what serves them. If they're still in the trial and error phase where they're trying to figure out what serves them, well, wonderful. So am I. We're all there at some level or another. We're all in that trial and error phase trying to figure out, does this serve me? And with every new realm, every new elevation, every new evolution, every time we take a turn spiraling upward, we now have to look at it from a different context, the context of our present existence, and determine, does this serve me? And understand that what serves me today may not serve me next week, depending upon my progression. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Man, I'm going over time again. Great day. I said I wasn't going to go over, and I did anyway. Let me stop. Is anybody being blessed by this? Is anybody being blessed? If you are, then I need you to act like you're really being blessed by it, by sharing it. There are a lot of you who tune in and don't share. I need you to share this broadcast, because if it blessed you, then you can be sure to bless the people that follow your page as well. Go ahead and share it right now. Share it right now. I want to encourage you, those of you who are watching, to sign up for our free text notification. The information is on your screen right now. Text the word emerge to the number 833, is it 833? Yeah, 833-444-0163, 833-444-0163. You'll automatically be signed up for our free text alert, and it will let you know when we're getting ready to come on the air. That way you will never miss one of our broadcasting conversations that we are having. Doesn't cost you a dime, doesn't cost you a nickel. All you got to do is just text the word emerge to 833-444-0163, and you will be signed up and you'll receive that notification. I want to encourage you to go and visit our website, if you will, at www.aimministriesinternational.org. The website is on your screen right now. It's also written in the description right above us. Just click on the link and you can go right over there. Gives you a lot more information and insight into what Emerge is. And if after reading the information, or maybe even now after being tuned into this conversation, you decided that I'd really like to be a part of that Emerge movement, man, this is something great. This is what I need. This is what I've been looking for. Then we would welcome you to become a part of our family, to become one of the partners of the Emerge movement. All you got to do is just send me an email to the email address that's on your screen right now. That's emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. When you send me the email, all you have to do is include 3 words. I want in. That's all you got to say. I want in. The moment that I receive your email, then I will quickly send you out an information packet that gives you an even deeper and in-depth and detailed view of what the Emerge movement is all about. And after reading over that information, you decide that you'd like to become a part of the family, you simply sign the partner agreement that's included along with the information packet and email it back to me, and you are in. That's all it takes. You are in. You become a part of the Emerge movement. You'll find out that partnership is not difficult, not complicated, and it's not laborious either. We don't put a big burden or a taxation on anybody. We just ask you to support as you desire and you can. So go ahead and do that right now if you so desire. We'd love to have you be a part of the Emerge family. I want to invite you to join me back here on Sunday night. That's if I don't come on before then. I'm going to try and hold my mule until Sunday, but definitely Sunday at 7 p.m. for our Sunday night empowerment. And we'll be back here sharing again with each and every one of you that are here tonight. We really appreciate you, and we really love and adore each and every one of you. Also, if you'd like to sow into this ministry, we definitely need your financial support. You are welcome to do so. You can use any of the information that you see on the screen right now. There's our Cashapp, our Zelle, and PayPal. Use either of those means and you are able to sow your seed into this ministry. Those of you who are partners and you need to return your tithe, then you can do that right there by using any of the financial means that you see on the screen right now. You want to give your tithe and you want to give your offering, you can do that right there by using our Cashapp, our Zelle, or our PayPal. We appreciate your consistency and your devotion in serving and in supporting this ministry. We thank God for each and every one of you. I love you. And I pray that tomorrow you have an absolutely wonderful, fantastic, splendiferous day. Wake up ready to create the kind of day and life that you want. Have the best day ever. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you for tuning in. And be sure to catch us every Sunday at 7 p.m. for empowerment.
And we are a unique expression.
Every Thursday at 7 p.m. for momentum.
The creation of God and the God who created him.
Once again, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. And we'll see you next time.